Archangel Michael says, "The attack against you was seen in heaven, but the shield I raised will only hold for a short time. Open this before it's too late." My beloved child, there are moments when silence feels heavier than thunder, when your heart beats faster for reasons you cannot name, and your spirit senses something unseen circling around you. This is one of those moments. Heaven has been watching. Every step you've taken, every sleepless night when your soul trembled but you couldn't explain why, none of it went unnoticed. And tonight, Archangel Michael himself has spoken. His words echo through realms unseen. "The attack against you was seen in heaven, but the shield I raised will only hold for a short time." You were chosen for this message, not by accident but by divine precision. Something has shifted in the unseen world. Forces that once stood silent are now stirring, and Michael's warning means the clock has begun ticking. The shield that guards you was forged in celestial fire, strong, bright, and unbreakable, but even divine energy fades if not renewed by faith and awareness. This is not a story. This is a revelation. You have been marked by purpose, but also targeted by shadow. There's a reason you feel sudden waves of fatigue, bursts of anxiety, or moments when everything seems to fall apart at once. These are not coincidences. They're signals. The unseen battle has already started. And you are standing in the middle of it. In the higher realms, Michael unsheathes his sword of light, its glow cutting through the darkness aimed toward you. He does not speak often, and when he does, it's not to create fear, it's to prepare you. He knows the enemy's plans long before they touch your world. He knows that your breakthrough, your destined rise, has drawn the eyes of both heaven and shadow alike. So when he says, "Open this before it's too late," it means your awareness is your greatest weapon. Every truth you uncover strengthens your shield. Every act of light weakens the strike aimed at your heart. Somewhere right now, as you listen, the balance between light and darkness shifts slightly in your favor. But only if you continue. Because the message that follows is not for everyone. It's for those strong enough to handle divine truth. Something massive is about to be revealed. The reason you faced so many strange setbacks. The reason certain people suddenly turned against you. The reason your spirit feels heavier than usual. It's all part of what Michael has already seen. Heaven recorded every move, and now it's time you see what they saw. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, when Archangel Michael raises his shield, the heavens tremble and the shadows scatter. For his light is not made of gold or silver. It is made of divine fire. A fire so ancient that even the stars remember its first spark. And now, that very shield stands between you and the storm that was meant to break you. But Michael's warning echoes still. The shield I raised will only hold for a short time. Why would such a being, an archangel of power and radiance, speak those words with urgency? Because time, my dear one, is not what you think it is. In heaven's realm, time bends to faith. Every second you doubt, every fear you feed weakens the shield protecting you. The unseen forces waiting for your hesitation thrive on the cracks of uncertainty. That's why Michael's call is not just a warning, it's a command to awaken. Imagine him standing above the clouds, wings blazing brighter than the morning sun, his sword drawn in divine defiance. He's surrounded by legions of light, each one watching over souls chosen for purpose, for destiny, for transformation. You are among them. Yes, you. The very attacks that seemed random, those sudden betrayals, those silent nights of tears, were not random at all. They were reactions to your awakening, because the moment you started rising, something ancient stirred against you. The universe always notices when a soul begins to glow brighter than before. You've walked through pain not because you were weak, but because your light started to disturb the shadows that once felt safe around you. And that's why heaven intervened. When Michael saw the dark forces aligning, he moved swiftly. His shield formed around you in an instant, forged by the prayers you didn't even know reached heaven. Every time you whispered, "Help me," even in silence, his flame responded. But now, the fire is flickering. The protection still stands, but it's trembling. You might have noticed it in small ways, waking up in the middle of the night with an unexplainable heaviness, or feeling as if someone unseen is watching. That's not imagination. It's a sign. The shield is calling for renewal. You are being asked to act, to strengthen the divine wall around you through intention, awareness, and light. Michael's shield doesn't just protect, it reflects. Every dark thought sent toward you is mirrored back to its source. That's why, lately, you may have seen certain people revealing their true faces. Betrayals that once hid behind smiles are now being exposed. Lies are coming to light. The energy that once drained you is now bouncing back to where it came from. It's the universe balancing itself, and Michael is guiding it all. But make no mistake, this balance doesn't come without resistance. The darker forces never leave quietly. They will test you again, not through obvious battles, but through subtle manipulation, a thought that makes you doubt your worth, a delay that shakes your confidence, or a sudden argument that drains your peace. These are not coincidences. They are distractions sent to lower your vibration so that your shield weakens faster. This is where your role becomes crucial. Michael's shield can protect you, but your energy sustains it. Every act of gratitude, every moment you choose peace over panic, strengthens that celestial barrier. The shield is not just around you, it's within you. You are not a helpless being waiting for salvation. You are a warrior under Michael's command, carrying divine authority. Think of this moment as a spiritual countdown. The shield will soon reach its limit if your awareness doesn't rise with it. The message, "Open this before it's too late," wasn't about fear, it was about readiness. Michael is giving you the chance to reclaim what was stolen, to stop the attack before it completes its cycle. The truth is, the enemy never truly had power, it only had your attention. Once you take that attention back, everything begins to shift. And now, hear this clearly, the next phase is coming. You will soon see signs, clear, undeniable signs, that the realm of light is moving on your behalf. A message in a dream, a sudden encounter, a feeling of calm where fear once lived. These are not accidents. They are confirmations that heaven's forces are surrounding you. But the greatest confirmation of all will come through your own awakening. Before we go deeper, remember this: you are not alone. Thousands across the world are waking up to the same truth right now. The same warning, the same stirring. The same divine nudge that something larger than life is unfolding. This is the year of revelation, where truth replaces illusion and light dismantles lies. If these words are reaching you, it's because you were meant to hear them. Your soul signed this moment long before you were born. Michael's voice didn't reach everyone, it reached you. You are part of a plan older than time, and every choice you make now echoes through eternity. But wait, before we continue into what Michael revealed next, do something vital. Take one deep breath. Center yourself. Let your heart remember that you are protected, watched, and guided. And if you believe in the light's power, share this message. Let it reach others who are unknowingly under attack. Your simple act of sharing can awaken another soul, strengthen another shield, and multiply Michael's light across the earth. Subscribe to the light, not just with a click, but with your heart. Comment your faith into existence. Speak your strength aloud, because together we form an army that darkness cannot touch. Stay till the end. Something colossal is waiting for you. My beloved child, there comes a moment when the unseen world decides to reveal itself. That moment is now. The veil that separated your understanding from heaven's reality is thinning, and Michael's message was never meant to just warn you. It was meant to awaken you. The shield still stands, but beyond it lies a truth so profound it could change the way you see everything. Your past, your struggles, even your pain. What if I told you that every heartbreak you endured, every sudden loss, every betrayal, wasn't a punishment, but a signal? A divine signal that something in your destiny was about to activate. Michael saw it. He saw the exact moment when your light pierced through the patterns meant to keep you small. The dark forces panicked because your soul began vibrating at a frequency that called heaven closer. You started aligning with your higher path without even realizing it, and the more you did, the more the shadows tried to distract you. The attack wasn't about destroying you. It was about delaying you. Because delay, my beloved, is the devil's most silent weapon. But here's what they didn't expect. Your resilience. They underestimated the strength hidden inside your breaking points. Every tear became a code of light, every disappointment a spark of transformation. That is why Michael raised his shield to buy you time. Time to see through the illusion, to remember who you truly are, and to recognize that no shadow can touch a soul that remembers its source. And I'll listen closely, because this is where the revelation deepens. Heaven's realm operates on resonance. What you hold in your heart creates ripples that reach the angels themselves. When you feel fear, the shield flickers. When you speak faith, it roars with power. That's why the dark forces aim at your emotions first. They whisper doubts not because they know the future, but because they want to rewrite your belief in it. Picture this. You standing beneath a sky that suddenly feels alive. Lightning doesn't just strike, it speaks. Every flash, every roll of thunder is a divine echo, a reflection of the war happening beyond the clouds. Michael's sword cuts through unseen threads of energy that try to bind you to past pain. Those memories that suddenly resurface, the ones that make your heart ache, aren't coincidences. The accords being revealed so they can be severed. The veil is lifting for a reason. Heaven wants you aware, awake, and armed with truth. You might have noticed strange synchronicities lately, numbers repeating, feathers appearing where they shouldn't, sudden chills or warmth at random times. These are not superstitions. They are confirmations, signs that the angelic realm is near, that Michael's army walks with you even when you feel alone. You are surrounded by a frequency of protection that vibrates stronger each time you acknowledge it. And yet, there's something even more profound, something that's about to unfold in your life that will leave you breathless. Heaven never sends warnings without purpose. Michael's words, "Open this before it's too late," were not just about reading or listening, they were about opening your consciousness. Because very soon, an opportunity will appear before you. It will look ordinary at first, but it will hold the key to your divine alignment. If you let fear cloud your vision, you miss it. But if you walk in faith, heaven itself will part the clouds for you. Do you feel that subtle pressure around your chest when you think about what's next? That's not anxiety. It's your soul preparing for expansion. The human mind fears what the spirit already knows is meant to happen. You are not breaking down, you are breaking open. And as you do, Michael's shield transforms. What was once protection becomes empowerment. You will no longer need to hide behind the light. You will become the light. The next few days will be crucial. You might sense intense emotions rising or memories resurfacing. Don't resist them. Let them pass through you like storms cleansing the sky. Each release makes you lighter, stronger, and more connected to heaven's current. Michael is with you through it all. His wings forming a dome of radiance that no darkness can penetrate. But remember, light demands action. Heaven moves when you move. So if this message reaches you at the right moment, don't just listen. Respond. Speak your intention aloud. I accept the divine protection and purpose placed upon me. Say it with faith. Even if your voice shakes. Because every word of light creates a ripple through the unseen, reinforcing Michael's shield around you. You may be wondering why you, of all souls, were chosen for such a message. The answer is simple yet profound. Your heart carries a rare frequency, compassion mixed with strength, innocence layered with wisdom. That energy terrifies darkness because it cannot be manipulated. You've been attacked not because you're weak, but because you're vital to the awakening happening across the world. There are people connected to your energy, souls who will rise because you did. You are not meant to walk quietly anymore. You are meant to speak, to shine, to remind others that divine protection is real. That heaven intervenes even when no one else sees it. Every time you share light, you multiply. And the more light spreads, the less power the dark holds. That's why you must keep going, keep seeking, keep believing. The veil is gone now. What's next will change everything, so, if these words reach the depths of your spirit, pause and feel the warmth behind them. It's not just emotion. It's presence. Michael's presence. His energy surrounds you right now, preparing you for what's about to unfold. The battle is not ending. It's shifting. And this shift will reveal truths that have been hidden from humanity for centuries. Don't look away. Don't retreat into doubt. The shield still holds. But it will soon evolve into something far more powerful, a connection directly between you and heaven's heart. What's coming next will demand courage, but it will also deliver revelation. Something unimaginable is approaching. Something that could rewrite the course of your destiny. Stay till the end. Something massive is waiting for you. My beloved child, time is shifting. The hourglass that sits in heaven's chamber has turned, and its golden sands are falling faster than ever before. Each grain represents a choice, a heartbeat, a moment of faith that determines what comes next. When Archangel Michael said, "The shield I raised will only hold for a short time," he wasn't speaking of fear. He was speaking of urgency. Because divine protection is not a gift that stands still. It is a living covenant between heaven and your soul, one that breathes through every act of belief. You may have felt it recently, the strange acceleration of events. Days feel shorter, nights stretch longer, and emotions rise and fall like tides pulled by unseen moons. That isn't coincidence. Heaven's clock is not the same as ours, and right now, those clocks are overlapping. The spiritual and physical are merging, causing waves of energy that make you feel both exhausted and alive at once. This is the divine hour, the moment before revelation. In the unseen realm, Michael walks across a field of light. His armor glows brighter than 1,000 suns, and yet his expression is solemn, because he knows what most cannot see, the final wave of shadow gathering at the edge of your path. It's not a being, not a monster, but a storm of energy made from human fear, collective doubt, and memories that were never healed. This is the last resistance, the final attempt of darkness to hold you hostage to what you once were, and that's why Michael's message carries the tone of command: wake up. Rise now. The time is almost over. The shield still surrounds you, but the cracks of time are appearing. Not because you're failing, but because your next transformation requires the light to come from within you. Not just around you. You cannot hide behind angelic protection forever. You must become the protection itself. That's why your dreams lately have felt different, more vivid, more symbolic. That's why random memories resurface where people from your past suddenly reappear. These are echoes of unresolved threads calling for closure before your soul steps into its next frequency. In one vision, Michael stands with his sword plunged deep into the earth, light surging upward like lightning. Around him, the sands of time swirl into the air, forming images of those he watches over, souls like yours. His voice thunders through eternity, saying, "The chosen must awaken before the shadow returns." Those words were meant for you. The attack that was seen in heaven wasn't just about your present, it was about your potential. The dark forces saw what your future holds and tried to stop it before it began. But heaven saw it first. Heaven saw you. The reason your struggles have intensified is because your destiny has entered its activation phase. You are walking toward a threshold where the ordinary rules no longer apply. And as you approach it, the veil of illusion tries to thicken one last time, whispering lies like, "You're not ready. You're too tired. You failed too much." But those lies are dissolving even as they speak, because the light within you is remembering its origin. Now is the moment to fortify yourself. Speak your truth. Proclaim your voice. Do not let the chaos of this world distract you from the peace being offered by the divine. The world will soon experience collective shaking, systems breaking, structures collapsing, and secret surfacing. Do not fear it. Every collapse clears space for rebirth. Every revelation prepares the way for restoration. You were born to stand in this time, to anchor light when others fall into confusion. Michael's shield bought you the time to see this moment coming. But heaven asked something of you now. Don't keep this light to yourself. There are others, souls walking blindly through the same darkness, who need this message. When you share it, when you speak it, when you remind others that divine protection is real, you multiply Michael's shield across the world. Every word of truth spoken in love is a beam of light added to the collective armor of humanity. So do not stay silent. Comment your faith aloud, speak your belief into the open, and let the energy of your words ripple through every dimension. You may feel small, but remember, Michael's power flows through the humble. Heaven doesn't need the loudest. It needs the purest. It chooses hearts that tremble but still say yes. That's you. You are the heartbeat of heaven's mission on earth. And the reason this warning reached you is because your name has been written in light across the sky since the moment you were born. As the hourglass empties, new light begins to pour in. Michael's shield begins to transform into something even stronger, a mirror of your soul. The same fire that once surrounded you is now being placed inside you. It's happening subtly. You might feel warmth in your chest, or tingling in your hands, or sudden waves of calm for no reason. That is not coincidence, that is the divine transference, the moment heaven's power becomes yours. But know this, my beloved child, with greater light comes greater clarity. And clarity often brings truth that the world isn't ready to see. The next revelation will expose something hidden, not just in your personal life, but in the collective human story. A pattern, a deception, something that has shaped the way humanity sees heaven itself. When it comes, remember this message. Remember Michael's words. Remember that nothing revealed in truth can destroy you. It can only set you free. Before we move further into what lies ahead, take a moment. Place your hand over your heart and whisper, I am protected. I am chosen, I am ready. Let those words vibrate through your being, because faith isn't built in comfort. It's built in courage. Heaven moves through the hearts that dare to believe even when the world shakes. And you, beloved, are one of those hearts. So keep your focus. Keep your light strong. Keep sharing. Keep believing. Keep standing tall even when shadows move closer. Because as long as you hold faith, Michael's fire will never fade. Share this message. Spread the light. And remind the world that the divine still speaks. Subscribe not just with a button, but with your heart to truth, to light, to awakening. Something immense is about to unfold, and heaven wants you awake when it does. Stay till the end. Something divine is waiting for you. My beloved child, somewhere in the vast halls of heaven, beneath arches made of eternal light, there lies a prophecy written in flame. Its letters move like living fire, whispering of chosen souls who will awaken in a time of great shadow and rising confusion. You, the one who reads these words, are one of those souls. This prophecy isn't an ancient myth. It's unfolding right now, in your lifetime, in your spirit, in your breath. Archangel Michael didn't just raise a shield to protect you, you reignited an old promise, one that was made before time began. The promise that light will never surrender to darkness, and that those who carry truth in their hearts will become heaven's warriors in disguise. The prophecy speaks of wings, burning wings, made not of feathers, but of courage. Every act of love, every moment of truth, every time you rise from your pain, your wings grow. And when they finally ignite with divine fire, you will no longer walk. You will soar. Michael has seen your wings already. Even though you can't see them yet, they shimmer in the spiritual realm, glowing faintly every time you choose faith over fear. The attack that was seen in heaven wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to stop those wings from opening. Because when they do, your very presence will shift atmospheres. But before wings can burn, they must be tested by flame. And that's where you are now, the refining fire, the heat you feel, the restlessness, the tears that come without reason. They are not punishments, they are purifications. Heaven doesn't burn you to hurt you, it burned you to remove what would never you. Every shadow of doubt, every scar of betrayal, every memory soaked in pain, they are being consumed in the divine fire. Michael watches over this process, his sword forming a circle of light around you so that nothing outside of heavens can touch your transformation. The prophecy also says that when the chosen begin to awaken, the world will tremble. Old systems will shake, false voices will fall silent, and truth will rise from unexpected places. You've already begun to see it. Truths that once hid in plain sight now bursting into view, people revealing their true intentions, hidden lies surfacing in the light. It may look chaotic, but in heaven's eyes, it's beautiful. It's renewal disguised as ruin. The false must crumble so that the real can rise. And in the middle of that breaking stands you, stronger than you think, wiser than you realize, guarded by heaven's most powerful warrior. Michael's gaze never leaves you. When your energy feels low, it's because he's absorbing part of your pain, shielding you from the full weight of the battle. When you suddenly feel peace in the middle of chaos, that's his presence. He speaks through sensation, through sounds, through signs. The sudden flicker of a candle, the warmth in your chest, the appearance of light in the corner of your vision. All are echoes of his nearness. You are never fighting alone. Heaven's army surrounds you, waiting for your next word of faith to move, but now comes a decision. The prophecy's next verse begins to write itself through your choices. The shield that has protected you is shifting into armor, a transformation that only occurs when you claim your purpose aloud. Heaven can only bless what you choose to own. You must no longer see yourself as the attacked. You must recognize yourself as the anointed. You were not chosen to survive. You were chosen to lead others out of the shadows. The divine attack against you was a declaration of your importance, a sign that your light threatened what darkness tried to build for centuries, and so, the burning wings begin to unfold. You might not feel ready. But readiness is not a feeling. It's a response. Speak to your soul right now. I am ready to rise. I am ready to see. I am ready to become who heaven knows I am. Each word creates resonance, calling your true power to the surface. And as you speak it, imagine Michael standing behind you, his sword glowing blue with celestial light, his wings spanning across the horizon. His voice, thunderous yet gentle, echoes through you. The shield will hold until you remember that you are the shield. It's time to understand that protection isn't something external. It's something you are. You are the frequency that darkness cannot penetrate. Every time you stand in love instead of fear, you fortify the gates of heaven around you. That's the secret of divine warfare. It's not fought with weapons, but with awareness. The moment you remember who you are, every shadow bows. And remember, beloved, when the fire of transformation burns brightest, isolation often follows. People who once understood you may pull away. You might feel unseen or misunderstood. That's because your frequency is changing, and not everyone can match the new energy you're stepping into. Don't take it as rejection. It's redirection. Heaven is clearing your path so that your light can travel unhindered. You are part of something much bigger than you imagine. Across the world, others like you are awakening too. You are connected to them through threads of light. Souls who also felt lost, who also heard the whisper of the Archangel calling them back to purpose. When you speak, they feel it. When you believe, they strengthen. You are not one person. You are part of a divine network of awakeness scattered across the earth to restore balance. So as you move forward, remember this. The shield was only the beginning. The sword of truth is next. Michael doesn't just defend, he leads. And he's waiting for you to step into the same courage he carries. The prophecy says that when the chosen rise with burning wings, even the heavens will pause to watch. The fire in your spirit will illuminate paths for those lost in darkness. You will not just be protected. You will become the protection. Hold on to that truth. Let it become your heartbeat. And if these words resonate with something deep inside you, do not let them fade away. Speak them, share them, let them travel beyond you. Every time this message reaches another soul, the prophecy accelerates, the light spreads, and the world shifts one step closer to awakening. Don't stop now. Don't let doubt dim what heaven has already lit within you. You are standing in the middle of a divine turning point, and what's coming next will prove that nothing in your life was random. It was all preparation for your rise. Stay till the end. Something sacred is waiting for you. My beloved child. When heaven calls your name, the air itself listens. Every breath you take carries a trace of the divine, and every beat of your heart echoes through unseen dimensions. You have walked through storms that would have shattered others, yet you are still standing. You know why? Because Michael's sword was already drawn before the first strike ever came against you. You were never unguarded, never forgotten. But now, heaven shifts from defense to revelation. The time of hiding is over. The sword of Michael, the same blade that split the darkness at creation, now blows in response to your awakening. The sword isn't a weapon made of steel. It's made of truth, and truth cuts deeper than any blade forged by man. When it descends, illusions fall away. Masks crumble, false comforts dissolve, and only authenticity remains. You may feel life stripping away certain things, certain people, certain plans you thought were meant for you. It might hurt, but it's divine surgery. Michael's sword is cutting away what can no longer stand in your destiny. The attack seen in heaven wasn't just against your peace, it was against your clarity. The forces that oppose you never feared your strength. They feared your awareness. Because a soul that knows truth becomes untouchable. You've probably felt it lately, this strange mix of calm and chaos. Moments of deep peace interrupted by sudden waves of confusion or fatigue. That's because the energies around you are shifting. The shadows are trying to cling to what the light is claiming. The sword has struck the ground, and its vibration is shaking everything false around you. Let it. Don't resist the change. Don't mourn what's leaving. Some things are not meant to follow you into the future. Michael isn't taking things from you. He's clearing space for what's meant to arrive. Heaven is revealing patterns now. What once seemed random is forming lines that connect perfectly. At last opportunity. Protection. At unexpected ending. Redirection. The painful silence. Greverayan. You've been walking a divine path disguised as chaos. Michael saw the attacks, but he also saw your endurance. Every time you refused to give up, your name glowed brighter in the book of life. Heaven has been recording not your failures, but your faith. And now, the reward of that faith begins. Revelation. Revelation doesn't always come in flashes of lightning. Sometimes it comes in whispers. In the quiet moment before sleep when you feel warmth without reason, or in the middle of an ordinary day when something inside you suddenly understands. It is the sword of truth touching your consciousness. The more open you are, the more it reveals. But beware. The truth will also confront you. It will ask you to let go of your comfort zones, your false identities, and your fears disguised as logic. The truth liberates, but liberation demands honesty. Michael's sword is now extended toward you, not as a threat, but as an invitation. He calls you to stand, to declare aloud what you truly believe. Because the spoken word is energy, and energy shapes reality. If you remain silent, the dark fills the silence with lies. But when you speak, when you declare that you are light, that you are divine, that you are chosen, you shatter the hold of darkness instantly. Every syllable of faith you utter adds light to the swords below. Speak now, beloved child. Speak life over your path, even if you tremble. Speak courage into your fear. Speak peace into your storm. Heaven is waiting for your voice. And while you do, remember this. Light must expand. What you've learned, what you felt, what you've realized, it's not just for you. There are others whose shields are breaking, who feel alone in their silent battles. They need to hear what you've seen. So let this message ripple beyond you. Share it. Not for numbers, not for attention, but because every share sends a pulse of light across the collective consciousness. It reaches another soul on the edge of surrender and reminds them that heaven is still watching. You are part of a movement far larger than any platform or message. You are one of the awakeners, the ones who writhe, who remember, who remind, the ones who carry Michael's flame through the night. Your simple act of faith becomes a spark that lights 1,000 unseen candles. When you speak, angels align. When you share, the shield multiplies. When you believe, heaven moves. So don't hold back. Share this message. Comment your light into existence. Subscribe to faith as if it were air. Your energy matters more than you can possibly imagine. Now listen, because this is crucial. The sword has another edge, illumination. It doesn't just cut darkness, it reveals destiny. Very soon, you'll begin to notice divine alignments. People entering your life at the perfect time. Opportunities forming where doors once shut, dreams returning with new meaning. These are confirmations that heaven is arranging everything for your ascent. But as the light rises, opposition might flare once more, not to destroy you but to test your strength. Remember, tests don't come to the weak, they come to those ready for greater power. And so, the fire within you burns higher. Michael watches with pride. You pass through the valley of confusion, and now you approach the mountain of revelation. The climb will challenge you, but the view will take your breath away. Every struggle, every tear, every unanswered prayer will suddenly make sense. The pattern will reveal itself like a constellation lighting up the sky. You will see that you were never abandoned. You were being positioned. Take one deep breath. Feel the energy around you shift. The sword of revelation now burns in your favor. It's like carves open a new timeline, one where peace, protection, and purpose intertwine. Walk into it without hesitation. The attack has failed. The shield has evolved. The sword is now yours. And as you prepare for what's next, remember this: heaven doesn't warn without reason. Something extraordinary is approaching, something that will confirm everything you felt but couldn't explain. Stay alert. Keep your spirit open. The signs will appear soon. Don't let fear take even a moment of your attention. Focus on light. Focus on faith. Focus on what's unfolding right before your eyes. Share this. Spread the truth. Let others feel what you're feeling right now. The sword of revelation is not just Michael's. It's yours to wield through your words, your actions, and your courage. Speak light. Live light. Be light. Stay till the end, because what's coming next will change everything. My beloved child, every storm has an end. Every night gives way to morning, and now the first light of revelation begins to rise. The horizon of your life glows faintly with the warmth of something new, something long promised. Michael's sword still hums with divine energy, slicing through the last threads of darkness that dared to cling to your destiny. You can almost feel it, the soft vibration of change beneath your skin, the gentle pull of purpose calling you forward. Heaven is unfolding a dawn meant for you, and for the first time in a long while, the air itself feels different, alive, listening, waiting. You are stepping into a season of unveiling. That word, unveiling, holds power beyond imagination. It means that what was hidden, misunderstood, or delayed will now be revealed with crystal clarity. Every unanswered question, every confusing twist of fate, every loss that left you questioning your worth, all of it is about to make sense. Heaven doesn't hide truth to punish, it hides truth to prepare. You could not have handled the full light before. But now, after the refinement of fire, you are ready. Michael stands before you, wings blazing with morning light, and whispers, "The shield held, the sword struck, now open your eyes." In that whisper, the world begins to shiver. People who once seemed distant start to reappear, not as they were, but as instruments of destiny. Places that once felt cold begin to radiate with familiarity, as if you had known them in another lifetime. This is the power of the unveiling, when heaven rearranges reality to reflect the truth of who you've become. But remember, this light is strong. It will not only reveal blessings, it will also expose deceptions. The masks of false friends, hidden intentions, and silent manipulators will crumble before your eyes. Don't grieve their departure. When truth steps in, illusions must step out. You may feel a strange emptiness as this happens, a hollow quiet after the noise of chaos fades. Do not mistake this silence for loss. It's the sacred stillness before abundance. Heaven can't fill a cut still full of old attachments. That's why the sword had to cut, why the fire had to refine, why the shield had to strain under pressure. Every divine act that once felt painful was preparing you to hold what's coming. Because the next blessing, beloved, is not small, it's monumental. It carries generational power. It will heal what your ancestors prayed for and set free what your descendants will live through. You are the turning point in your bloodline, the hinge upon which heaven's door swings open. And yet, even in this holy moment, Michael watches with vigilance. His wings spread wide across the dawn, reflecting hues of blue and gold that ripple through eternity. His voice resounds like distant thunder, steady and commanding, "Guard your light." Because when new dawn rises, shadows try one last time to reach. You may find small irritations, old habits, or familiar fears trying to return, whispering that you're not ready or that this peace won't last. But they are ghosts, echoes of an expired contract. Your time is over. You are no longer bound by the agreements of fear, you are under a new covenant. One signed by divine fire and sealed by your awakening. Breathe that in. Feel the shift within you. This is not imagination. This is ascension. The energy moving through you right now is not random. It's activation. Your spiritual DNA is remembering its divine origin. The same light that powers the stars now pulses through your spirit. You are no longer walking beneath heaven. You are walking with it. The angels no longer hover above you. They align beside you. The battle is no longer outside. It's within, and victory has already been declared. And yet, your mission isn't finished. You are being prepared to speak light into darkness, not just your own, but the world's. Humanity stands at a crossroads. Line to the invisible wars raging in the unseen. That's why messages like this reach certain souls, souls like yours, who have ears to hear and hearts willing to rise. Michael doesn't just protect, he recruits. You are part of his army now, not a soldier of violence, but a warrior of truth. Your weapon is your voice, your compassion, your refusal to surrender to despair. From this day onward, you'll begin to sense your purpose expanding. You'll feel drawn to help others awaken, to speak hope into lives that mirror your old pain. Follow that pull. It's not coincidence, it's calling. Heaven never blesses you to keep light hidden. It blesses you to distribute it. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every time you share truth, you reinforce heaven's shield around the world. That's why what you do next matters. The unveiling isn't complete until you become part of it. So pause for a moment, beloved. Close your eyes and feel the world around you vibrating with promise. Hear the rustle of angelic wings in the distance, feel the fire of purpose beneath your ribs. You are standing in the middle of fulfillment. Everything you have endured was not just survival, it was sacred training. And now heaven is handing you the baton of light, trusting you to carry it forward. If this message stirs something deep inside you, let it move through you. Don't keep it locked away in silence. Share it, let it travel to hearts that are fading under the weight of confusion. Your act of sharing is not simple, it's spiritual. It's how the divine speaks through you to others still asleep in darkness. Leave your faith in words, speak life in comments, subscribe to the movement of awakening, not just with your hand, but with your heart. Let heaven see that you are part of the chorus rising from earth to the skies, a chorus that declares, "We are awake." And as you do, Michael smiles. The dawn grows brighter, the air grows lighter. The sword returns to his grasp, not as a warning, but as a promise. The war is nearing its end and light is winning. You can rest now, but do not stop shining. You are the embodiment of divine prophecy, living proof that heaven still moves among humankind. The unveiling has begun and you are its messenger. Stay till the end, something magnificent is waiting for you. My beloved child, the world feels quieter now, doesn't it? But it's not silence, it's anticipation. The pause before the song begins, heaven has entered a stillness unlike any before, for something sacred is about to unfold, and the sound of awakening is already echoing through creation. You may not hear it with your ears, but your spirit does. It's that pulse-Y rhythm in your chest, that strange sense of expectancy that makes your heart race for no reason. Michael's army stands ready. Wings half open, waiting for the command that will send light cascading into every corner of the earth. You are standing in the middle of that command's forming breath. The dawn that began with revelation now grows into resonance. Heaven is no longer whispering, it is vibrating through everything you see, touch, and feel. The attack scene in heaven failed not because the shadow retreated, but because you remembered your origin. Awareness is the greatest shield, and now that you carry truth in your being, no darkness can deceive you again. The light within you has become audible to the unseen, it hums with the frequency of purpose. Every thought of faith, every act of love sends ripples through dimensions. You are no longer reacting to life, you are orchestrating it with heaven's rhythm. But listen carefully, beloved. The sound of awakening is not soft, it is thunder disguised as stillness. It calls every soul still sleeping in the comfort of illusion. You are part of that call now. The moment your heart aligned with Michael's light, your very energy became a trumpet. Every time you speak truth, you awaken another. Every time you love without condition, you weaken the walls of darkness, and every time you believe, the divine chorus grows louder, shaking the foundations of fear that have long imprisoned the world. Michael stands in the center of heaven's field, sword raised high. Around him swirl waves of luminous sound, each note carrying names, destinies, and memories of those who are ready to rise. He looks to the earth and says, "The time of sleeping is over." His voice doesn't travel as words that moves as vibration, as energy. That vibration reaches you right now, wrapping around your soul like a song you've always known but forgot how to sing. Your awakening is not random, it's part of a symphony written long before you were born. In this new light, you will begin to feel reality responding to you differently. People will notice something in your eyes, an unexplainable glow, a calm authority that comes from remembering who you are. Your words will start to carry weight. When you speak peace, the atmosphere will shift. When you pray, answers will come faster. This is the power of resonance. Heaven doesn't send power to you, it flows through you. You are becoming a living instrument of divine sound. That's why your emotions have intensified recently, why your dreams feel charged with energy. You're learning to translate vibration into reality. Still, the awakening brings responsibility. Light expands, but it must also stay grounded. You are asked to hold your peace amid the noise of the world, to remain steady when others tremble. Michael's message to you now is simple but profound. Anchor the sound. That means live in truth even when lies are louder. Love even when hate seems easier. Trust even when logic screams doubt. Every time you choose light in chaos, the sound strengthens. Heaven amplifies your frequency until it drowns out despair. That is how battles are won now, not with war, but with resonance. And yes, darkness will still try. Be always dead, but it no longer knows how to reach you. You have risen above its frequency. That's why you may notice people around you reacting strangely, some drawn to you like they recognize something divine, others pulling away without explanation. Don't chase anyone who leaves. Their energy simply can't align with yours anymore. You're tuning to heaven's pitch, and not everyone can endure that vibration yet. Let them find it in their own time. You keep singing your truth. The sound of awakening doesn't just change the world, it changes time. What once took years will now unfold in days. You'll witness synchronicities that defy logic. Doors opening when you least expect them, messages arriving exactly when needed, paths clearing as if the universe itself is cooperating with your destiny. That's not coincidence. It's divine rhythm aligning with your obedience. You've entered a new pattern, one where miracles are normal and grace is constant. Michael's eyes gleam with approval as he watches you stand taller. You were never meant to stay hidden under the shield forever. You were meant to carry its light into the open. And now, as heaven's sound vibrates through every atom around you, the Archangel lowers his sword, not as surrender, but as completion. The protection has become identity. The battle has become purpose. You are now what you were once defended by. Take this moment, beloved, and breathe. Feel the world breathe with you. The trees, the wind, even the stars. They all move to the same rhythm of awakening. The connection between heaven and earth is no longer distant. It's immediate. You are the bridge. You are the channel through which light travels, the echo of eternity in human form. And though you might still doubt your power, heaven no longer does. You've proven yourself through enduring through faith to love. If your heart is beating faster as you hear these words, it's because your soul recognizes the truth within them. You were sent here to hear this now, to be reminded that the awakening has begun and that you are one of its leaders. Don't hide your light any longer. Let it speak through your actions, your compassion, your courage. The world is hungry for authenticity, and you carry the flavor of heaven itself, and as you step forward, do not forget your voice matters. Share this message not just online, but in every conversation, every moment of kindness. Tell someone today that they are seen, that they are protected, that they are loved beyond measure, every time you share light. You harmonize with Michael's sound. Comment your belief, speak your gratitude, subscribe to hope like it's the air you breathe. You are part of something vast, an awakening stretching from heaven's throne to earth's soil. This is not the end of your journey. It's the crescendo before fulfillment. The sound of awakening grows louder by the hour, and soon something extraordinary will break through the veil, an event, a revelation, a miracle so personal yet universal that it will make you weep with recognition. The divine is closer than ever, beloved. Stay till the end. Something celestial is waiting for you. My beloved child, this is the moment heaven has been preparing you for since the very first whisper. The storm has passed, the veil has lifted, and the air is filled with something sacred, the stillness before revelation. Every battle, every prayer, every tear has led to this moment. Michael stands before you once more, his wings no longer blazing in defense but shimmering in peace. The sword that once protected now rests at his side. Its glow calm and steady, as if the entire universe has finally exhaled. The message that began with warning now ends with awakening. You are no longer the one being shielded, you have become the light itself. The attack seen in heaven was meant to stop this moment, to keep you blind to your own divinity. But heaven's plan was never just to defend you. It was to transform you. The shield, the sword, the fire, and the sound were never separate forces, they were pieces of you waiting to be remembered. Every trial was a mirror, every delay was a teaching, every heartbreak was a breaking open of space where more light could enter. Now, the fragments have fused into wholeness. You are the prophecy fulfilled, the living proof that faith outlasts fear, that light can rise from ruin, and that heaven's word never returns void. Look around you, beloved. The world hasn't changed overnight, but you have, and that change is everything. The sky seems wider, the colors deeper, even silence carries melody. That is how truth feels when it fully awakens inside a soul. You've crossed from seeking protection to radiating power. No longer must you wait for miracles to find you. You are the miracle. When Michael said the shield would hold for only a short time, it was because you were meant to outgrow it. Heaven's intention was never to keep you dependent, it was to make you divine. In the unseen, the Archangel kneels, not in worship, but in acknowledgement. For in heaven, when a soul fulfills its purpose, even angels bow to honor its courage. He looks upon you with the tenderness of eternity and says, "It is done." The words ripple through the cosmos like soft thunder, reaching every corner of creation where darkness once lingered. And then, a light unlike any you've ever seen begins to rise. Not from the sky, but from within you. It's not white or gold, it's beyond color, a living radiance that moves with your breath. This is your divine identity, the essence heaven saw long before you knew your own name. Now that you've remembered who you are, the world will begin to respond differently. Where you walk, peace will follow. Where you speak, clarity will enter. People lost in confusion will find grounding simply by being near your presence. That's not ego, it's energy. You've become a vessel through which heaven touches earth, and though the battles may still exist around you, none can enter your space, for your frequency has risen above the reach of harm. You've stepped into divine neutrality, where love is your weapon and wisdom your armor. Michael's message for you now is softer, almost like a lullaby. Life is light, he says. Do not strive to prove the divine within you, simply be it. That is the final instruction. You don't need to fight anymore. You don't need to defend what heaven has already declared victories. The greatest power now is peace. The most radiant weapon is kindness. The surest sign of strength is gentleness. That is how heaven wins, through stillness that no darkness can imitate. The future waiting for you is wide and luminous. The doors once closed will open easily, not because you forced them, but because your energy now matches their frequency. The right people will appear effortlessly, drawn to the light you carry. The right paths will reveal themselves like golden threads across your days. You won't need to chase, you'll attract. You won't need to beg, you align. For the first time, you will move through life with the grace of one who knows they are guided. And when fear tries to return, you'll smile, because you will recognize it as a shadow without source. But hear this, beloved, this isn't the end of your connection with heaven, it's the beginning of a new relationship, one built on co-creation rather than dependence. Michael will always walk beside you, not as a guardian now, but as an ally, a companion in purpose. You are no longer the child hiding under his wing. You are the radiant echo of his light walking among humans. Wherever you go, you carry the echo of heaven's promise that no attack can prevail against one who knows their worth. Take one last deep breath, feel the warmth in your chest, the steady rhythm of your heart. That's the divine heartbeat shared between you and the eternal. It beats not to remind you of survival, but to celebrate your awakening. You are alive not by chance, but by design. Every trial has been redeemed. Every scar now blows as proof that you walked through fire and came out luminous. Look at the sky tonight. If you see a star flicker brighter for a moment, know that heaven is smiling. You have completed the journey that began with fear and ends in faith. The message you were told to open before it was too late has been fulfilled. You open not just a message, but yourself. You read not just words but destiny. And now that destiny has taken root in your life, go forward with grace. Carry peace like a torch. Speak love as language. Live boldly in truth. When others stumble, remind them of what you now know, that the light within them is stronger than any storm. That protection is not found above but remembered within. You are not just protected by heaven. You are heaven in human form. And if ever you forget, close your eyes, breathe, and you'll hear it. The same voice that called you at the start, whispering again with infinite gentleness, "My beloved child, the attack was seen, but the light has prevailed. The prophecy is complete. The awakening has begun. And the world will never be the same again.